Hey everyone, welcome back to Low Luxury, the channel where I show you what authentic luxury clothing and streetwear looks like. Today is going to be really cool because I'm going to be showing you a couple pieces from an up-and-coming black-owned brand out of Canada called Atelier New Regime. We've got a jacket and kind of like a button-down shirt here. We're going to show you all the details, take a look at the tags, stuff like that. We'll check out how they fit, and that'll be that. Let's check it out. But before we get going, I ask you to subscribe to the channel. If you like this video, or even if you don't, the videos are only going to get better. So even if you hate this one, you can subscribe and you'll like the future ones. I promise you, it doesn't cost you anything. Just check it out, click that button below, and I thank you dearly. So first, let's take a look at the bags they come in. So these bags are actually super nice. I really like them. They kind of remind me of the Fear of God Essentials bags. So they're kind of this cloudy, clear bag, and then they've got another kind of cloudy, clear zip tie over there. They just feel really high quality. They're kind of a matte feeling texture to them. And down in the bottom right corner, they give you kind of a skinny rectangular tag. And then in spaced out letters at the top, you've got Atelier New Regime. Under that, in all caps, you've got the model name, in this case, high voltage Twill Jacket, price, and a size with a little box around it. And then in the bottom right, you also get what looks like a model number. And you can see on this one that they do change it up, like this one is the Cyber long sleeve polo. And then centered right in the middle of the bag is this all caps orange brand logo print here. On the back of the bag, you get print in the bottom left and bottom right corners. In the bottom left, you get the warnings in French and English and your recycling symbol. And then on the right, you get this more kind of street vibe logo here. Now let's unbox these, starting with the Cyber Polo on the left. Okay, now for the Twill Jacket. So now that we've got these out, we can learn a bit more about them. So this one is kind of more like a tech outerwear version of the long sleeve polo. It's definitely a kind of more outdoorsy polyester, maybe water resistant fabric. Of course, you've got the reverse stitching all over. And maybe most interestingly, you've got these kind of drawstrings at the sleeves. As for the Twill Jacket, that's just like a classic kind of street vibe workwear type of piece that's really just always going to be in style. Now let's take a look at the retail tags that come with one of these. So what you get is a thick piece of kind of foam, it feels like a thick foam. You can't really bend it or anything. Of course, it's orange with that Atelier New Regime print on it. And on the back, you get another one of those long rectangular stickers. It looks identical to the one that was on the bag. And that just has some clear plastic here that goes right into the size tag at the back of the neck. Now, speaking of the brand tag at the back of the neck, let's take a look at what that looks like here. So it is an embroidered tag, white text on black. It's very soft, pretty kind of thin. You can see it's got Atelier New Regime printed in there. And then that is stitched onto the jacket with single horizontal black stitches in the top left and top right there. And you've got another embroidered tag looped into the bottom. In this case, it's a size small. If we turn that over, we can see how the size tag is stitched on. It's just got a single black stitch going all the way across it. You've got a decent amount of fabric left over there. And then underneath, it's not folded over or anything. It's just clean cut there. And you've got the inverse colors on the back of that. Now I'd really like to see what the care tags look like inside one of these pieces. Now, interestingly, between these two pieces, the tags are facing opposite ways. So they're both on the left side of the jacket, but on the shirt, this one, it's kind of facing the right way, just kind of right side up once you get it like that, right? Whereas in the jacket, it's kind of upside down like this, so you'd have to flip it around to get a look. But beyond that, they're pretty much identical. So it's a very glossy, kind of silvery white tag, and the first thing you get up top is that Atelier New Regime logo print. Then you get your fabrication, in this case 100% cotton. You get a number right there, and you get design in Montreal, made in China, and then you get your washing instructions in English. Now on the back of that, it's pretty much identical, but it's all in French. And the tags on these two pieces are pretty much identical. The tags are just the same, so no worries on getting different tags from piece to piece. They should all look like this. And both of the pieces actually have these fairly large brand tags, loop tags, stitched into the sleeves on the outside, so they are visible. So as you can see, it's an embroidered tag, and in black printed on there on white, you've got ANR for Atelier New Regime, and then your registered mark there. And that print is on both sides of this tag, and that's sewn in right into the side seam on the sleeve. Now let's take a look at the print on this piece, the screen print, because every screen print feels different, you know? So this one, it's very, very thick, matte white, very smooth, not too rough or anything, but you can definitely feel it. It's really thick on here, thick to the point where you can see a little bit of roughness along the edges, although that is definitely partially due to the thickness of the texture of the cotton twill, as you can see going through there. And as for their zippers, they use YBS brand zippers, which are a brand that I'm not familiar with, but they are metal, and then the actual lock-in pieces are plastic there. So now that we've checked everything out, let's talk a bit about how they fit. So the long sleeve polo shirt has a pit-to-pit measurement of just about 20.5 inches, which I would put more on par with maybe a medium, a slightly big medium though. So it's definitely oversized, but not heavily so. The jacket, on the other hand, has a pit-to-pit measurement, measuring in at over 22 inches, almost 22 and a half. So that one is very definitively oversized, closer to a size large, I would say, even though it's tagged as small, as is the long sleeve. But overall, I consider them both high quality. They're both really well made. The stitching is clean. The fabrication feels good and kind of expensive, much more expensive than it actually is. And it's made in China too, so you really can't ask for more here. So that is how you tell the difference between real and fake Atelier New Regime. Take a look at the other video on screen here, subscribe to my channel, like this video, and I'll see you next time.